Right, Megan. Yo,
To you by the
the
Wellness
video.
Company.
Oh, video. God dang it. I hate it when it glitches out and it goes underneath your little bar. The video is about the Roswell Allen interview. Your soul has been here 1,000 times. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I fucking love the
You
White
said
Files.
Alan, by the way, not alien.
Yeah, man. It's been a long day, guys.
I
Been a really
know
long
you
day.
just misread it. Like, who the hell's
Who the hell's
Alan?
Alan? The Allen Files, the Alien Files. I just like the title. Your soul's been here 1,000 times. 1,000 years. Your soul has been here thousands of times. That title got me, so I want to see what it's about.
Are they trying
And
to suggest that aliens are humans that came back?
uh, I think so. But you know what? I should also make sure that the screen's actually sharing. That way people can see. Oh, it's not working. You guys say. I mean, you haven't said
By
nothing
the
because
way,
nobody's watching.
we didn't do an intro.
Yeah, and we did do an intro, but that's okay. All right. Okay, it's working now.
You didn't do an intro yesterday either, so that I didn't realize you were recording.
Yeah, that's what I do. I just start. No, but really, welcome back, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. I haven't uploaded that video from yesterday either. So,
Oh,
I
really?
no, because I have to edit it too much.
Oh.
So really, what we did, Megan, is we had a great time yesterday watching wrestling together. And eventually, I'll take that video and I'll break it down.
I don't think it was so much of like wrestling as it was MMA.
Yeah, it was MMA. You're right, MMA. But
It was
so this
really good though.
is,
I liked. Oh,
dude.
sorry.
It
I was gonna
was no, it was
really.
really good. Dude,
I was
Aiden.
watching wrestling clips and it's so homoerotic, and then
Oh,
I watch MMA and it's not homoerotic.
I
Nothing
see.
wrong with homos because I am a homo, but
I don't
I'm
think you
just
have to.
saying.
I don't think you have to justify it, Megan. It's okay. Either way, this is the Alien Files. And it's called "Your Soul Has Been Here Sometimes," and I'm like, well, that's interesting. That's very fucking interesting. So, you know what I mean? Let's watch it. Also, guys, you might have noticed if this makes it to YouTube, right? Did thank you. We also, I just want to apologize that we haven't been online in a while. Um, Not that I really need any of you, but but I will. You know, a lot of turmoil in life. We're back.
Yay! Good to be
Yay!
back.
Yay! It says make it all right. Yeah, let's play the video.
In 2007,
Okay, bro. Didn't have to make an entrance like that. That was way too cool. Just like roboted down. It was like,
Like, can you redo that? I was texting somebody.
were you really?
in 2007,
Oh, that's cool.
Like, I'm not sure you just
Why do you have
uploaded the
to flex
robot.
on us like that?
Yeah, I don't know if
Lawrence
he just, that
Spencer
was like,
found a thick
I don't know
envelope
if
in
he
his
edited that in,
mailbox.
but it was
It was
good.
full of military documents from the 1940s. Some were routine duty rosters and schedule memos. Some were stamped top secret. But
Oh,
all were from Roswell Army Airfield. Spencer also found transcripts of strange interviews. At first, they couldn't communicate with the
bro, can you imagine? Hear me out. Can you imagine you just wake up one day, you check your mailbox, and there's just like government documents in it? Bro,
Yeah, that
I
would
would have
be crazy.
I would have turned them in right away. I was like, I don't want to get Roswell, bro.
Yeah, I don't
Or
want. I don't want to die.
yeah, I don't want to get Hillaried, bro.
subject. The military brought in translators, scientists, even cryptographers, but nothing worked. Finally, they learned the only way to communicate was telepathically.
What?
Okay, so you have to think at them really hard, telepathically. You know what? Okay,
His
I wanted to bring this up real fast. So I've been reading this book called Dungeon Crawler Carl. Great book, by the way. fantastic book series. But they call these aliens the green-headed dudes. And in that book's universe, they're people that just went around to the show stage, which was Earth, before the release, so they could be like, like hipsters, like it's equivalent of like going to Hollywood and seeing a movie set and trying to run through it or something. That's essentially these guys. And when
Mm.
Carla like asked about the probes or whatever, they're like, yeah, they're a bunch of perverts. So they're like outer space gypsies or something. It's
Did the
fucking
probe
crazy.
thing come from South Park, or was that always a thing?
It was a thing before South Park, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just saying it's as ridiculous as it sounds. It could have been something from South Park because
Oh,
the first episode was about that.
yeah,
There are
100%.
pages of predictions, warnings, strange
Oh, sorry, I
technology,
had to
and
keep
a
playing.
secret war. Nothing made sense.
Yeah.
Then Spencer found a page that explained everything. It said Roswell AAF, 509th Bomb Group, Alien Interview, July
Alien
8th,
interview.
1947.
I believe it, man. I'm a believer right now. I'm suspending my disbelief.
You see, that means your baby is still alive.
That was something.
I'm dying.
You're not dying.
I went to urgent care yesterday with a scratchy throat. I sat in the waiting room for 5 hours.
5
and now,
hours.
I got some worse.
What do you mean worse?
When the guy next to me was coughing into the magazine basket. Not near it, human. Into it. Direct deposit. I watched
What
the
is
woman
the
sneeze on the vending
segue?
machine
The
and then
segment.
press the buttons.
Dude,
That's
I love it when he has the
yeah,
little
that's pretty
goldfish character
gross.
thing. I'm not
The
gonna
worst
lie.
part is, she got Mountain Dew.
wow.
I'm just
Ugh.
confused.
And the kid wiped his nose on Gertie. On her hump. She didn't even flinch. She just stood there and accepted it like some kind of biological collection site.
Some kind of
The Peter
biological
Brothers,
collection
they
site.
licked the water fountain.
Why?
And you lick the
They
water
dared
fountain?
each other, which means they dared themselves, human. There was no external pressure. It was a closed-loop system of bad decisions.
So, did you even get treated?
Treated, I saw a doctor for like 90 seconds. He looked at my throat with a pop.
Love the fact that he's just surrounded. I like the fact that they had this stupid goldfish in here. It makes me laugh so much. But then they edited him into random things. Sorry, guys. I don't know if you noticed about me, but
He's a big goober.
I'm a child.
Well, you're a goober.
Optical stick
Yeah,
said, "Look,
I'm
Shred,
definitely a child,
charged me
that's for sure.
$40 and told me to rest and stay hydrated."
That's it?
That's it. $40 for advice my Gram gave me for free. And her cure for everything was egg salad and a rosary.
So you went in with a
Egg
sore
salad
throat and
and a
came
I
out.
rosary.
came out with the plague. The waiting room is the disease, human. I've quarantined your living room. Operation Willy Wonka. Nobody gets in, nobody comes out.
Wait, you quarantined my living room?
White's doing temperature checks at the door. Back of the hand and sign it across. Just like Gram toilet.
What if you could have skipped all that? No waiting room,
you
no
could've.
5-hour disaster, no germ fountain, no going in with a sore throat and coming out with whatever this is.
Did you just diagnose me as today's sponsor?
I sure did. So let me ask you this.
Oh my
What if the
God,
sore throat
that's
and
a hell
fever
of
that hit
a
you overnight,
Poster.
keeping you missing work, begging for a last-minute doctor's
I
appointment,
was like,
or
what is
wasting
this?
hours at urgent care.
Dude,
Instead, you can
I
walk to
straight
your
up
cabinet,
had no
open your
idea
medical
that we were
emergency
watching
kit
an
from the
ad this whole
wellness
time.
company, match your symptoms to the
I was really
doctor-recommended
invested.
guidebook, and start treatment
Dude,
immediately.
Well, the
so
guy
was,
This
earned
is not
this.
a first aid
so was
kit.
I.
It's a
I was
mini
really
urgent care
invested.
at your fingertips.
Well,
Inside
this
are
guy
8 core
earned
medications, including ivermectin, a
the
generic Z-Pack, amoxicillin,
ad
and more,
revenue
covering
from
over
us.
30 common conditions
Yeah, he
when
gets it.
hospitals or a doctor is
He got
unavailable.
our ad
No
revenue.
waiting rooms, no pharmacy lines, just the right medicine
It's
when you need it.
crazy.
Every home should have one. Worried about
Oh,
expiration dates?
sponsorship, I
A
should
U.S.
say, not
military
ad
study
revenue,
published
but
in the National
sponsorship.
Library of Medicine.
All right, we're gonna
Downwise
skip ahead.
checkpoint.
Thank you.
Yeah, he just flagged
Just a
Gertie
little
at
bit.
165 degrees. That's medium well, human. Yeah,
It's
I know,
medium
man.
well.
I don't think it's funny either.
I think it's hilarious. Hello.
Matilda McElroy
I'm
was a
digging
nurse
this
in the
little
U.S. Army, and she
music
had a
they got
secret.
going
A
on.
secret that could get her killed, so she kept her mouth shut. Then she got cancer.
Oh, dude,
With
and then
only
she
a
got
few weeks to
cancer.
live, Matilda packed up a stack of military documents and mailed them to Lawrence Spencer. She read his book about unexplained phenomena, the Oz factors. She decided he was the only person.
I really want to read this book, but not for any reason except for the fact that it looks like every stereotype about alien peoples from the 90s that I've ever seen in my life.
That's true.
Just like it's such a this book is like a stereotype. It's great. It's great. It's like watching
It's,
X-Files for the first time.
it's like it's like that History Channel guy who has the crazy hair.
Exactly.
Who might take her seriously. Her letter was handwritten and desperate.
I have kept this secret for 60 years. Now I'm 84 years old.
60 years.
I decided to tell this story because I think people should know the truth.
Her
Agreed,
story
Matilda.
started July 8th, 1947. Matilda was a flight nurse with the Women's Army Air Force assigned to the 509th Bomb Group at Roswell. When she got to base that morning, she knew something happened. There were armed guards at places that didn't have guards
And
yesterday.
AI is pretty
Unfamiliar
fantastic.
faces everywhere. Some wore uniforms,
Yeah.
some wore suits, but all of them seemed nervous. Matilda was on her way to the station hospital when two MPs asked her to follow them. They were polite enough, but she knew it wasn't a request. A colonel met her at the entrance of a hangar. He told her that a craft came down in the desert. They recovered a survivor, but it wasn't responding to communication. Her job was to determine if it needed medical attention. Matilda thought it was strange he used the word it. She had no idea what it could be
Wow.
until they went into a dimly lit room at the back of the hangar. And there in the corner, sitting
I just love how they use this alien, bro. They're like animated AI. AI's like, I got you. And
This
AI's like,
literally
how
looks
about I
like the
give him a
alien
little.
from South Park.
Yeah, and AI is like, how about I give him like a little mouth, even though he doesn't use it.
Moo 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 moo.
on a
Moo
small
moo moo
chair
moo moo.
was a being, about 3 feet
It
tall,
seriously
gray
looks
skin,
like
large
that.
3 feet tall, bro. They made him short. They could have made him 6'1". Rough.
Oh wait, how tall did they say it was?
3'1".
head, no hair,
Or
Oh
3
three
feet
shit.
tall.
fingers on each hand, no nose, no mouth, no ears. Its body didn't look biological, more like a doll made of plastic or rubber. No internal organs, no reproductive system.
Hairless plastic doll body with no reproductive system. Sounds like it was just Ken.
Please, I don't
Why'd
need
they give him
Mattel's
teeth?
lawyers coming after me.
Fine. Hairless plastic doll body with no reproductive system. Sounds like that thing you got hidden in your closet.
Okay, can I get back to...
Technically, your doll kind of has a reproductive system.
That's enough.
No.
The men were
Yeah.
treating it like a problem to
That
solve.
was stupid.
Matilda treated it like a patient. She walked over calmly and sat down next to it. No visible injuries, no bleeding. Whatever this thing was, it didn't seem to be in pain. She leaned forward to speak, and before she opened her mouth, a thought entered her mind. But the thought wasn't hers.
You sure?
Not injured. The body I occupy is not a body such as yours. I do not require food or atmosphere, but I need water.
Matilda expected to be afraid, but she wasn't. The thoughts were calm, familiar even. She
Need
sensed
water.
this being was female and she wasn't dangerous. Matilda introduced herself with a thought, and the being responded the same way.
I am called Errol. You are the only one here who does not hide their thoughts from me.
She interviewed Errol for 6 weeks.
Huh.
The transcripts filled hundreds of pages. Errol told Matilda about a war that had been going on for thousands of years across thousands of galaxies.
Oh, that's
A war
dope.
that most humans didn't know about and couldn't. Because according to Errol, humans aren't what they think they are. Not even close.
Okay. All right. What am I? Yeah, I'm curious, like, right? What am I?
Matilda spent 6 weeks telepathically communicating with an alien being who called herself Errol. Errol was an officer from the Domain, a civilization that controlled about 1/4 of the physical universe. Not the galaxy, the universe.
One
The
quarter's a
domain has
lot.
operated in this region of space for trillions of years. Our civilization is ancient, above all others. Our only goal is to progress.
The domain operated on
Huh.
planets, moons, and asteroids across thousands of galaxies, but they weren't alone. An older civilization called the Old Empire had controlled this region of space for
Really? The old empire?
Day, Derek.
I mean,
Hold up.
right? Okay, hold up. Think about, like, oh, bless you. Think about all those lizard men, you know what I mean?
Oh, the lizard people. Fucking King Kong, or not King
Bro,
Kong,
this is who controls the White House right here. I heard about it
yeah,
online.
a very long time.
oh,
And the Old
Gamero.
Empire ran things differently. Where the domain expanded through exploration, the Old Empire maintained control through force, nuclear weapons, electronic warfare,
Yeah.
and mind control on a planetary scale.
Mind control on a planetary scale. Wow. I think the CIA just lit a cigarette and said, that usually doesn't happen that fast.
I'm loving the fish.
Well, that CIA joke is pretty good.
The two civilizations fought
That's
for
pretty
thousands
fucking
of
good.
years. Eventually, the domain
Aw,
won. The
that's
war was
crazy.
over. Or it should have been.
Oh,
The
should've been.
problem was the Old Empire had bases, equipment, and automated systems scattered across thousands of worlds. Most shut down when the government fell, but some systems kept
Oh.
running on their own.
Is this actually where the lizard theory, like, came from? Like, are they gonna say that, like, oh yeah, these lizard people left these things on our planet to control our politicians?
I'm pretty sure I knew a guy that actually believed in the lizard people.
Dude, I met some crazy people.
And one of them was in
But this
our
is
solar
super
system.
interesting. Oh my god, it's so good.
Errol was sent to investigate. Her craft was hit by
Perfect.
an electrical discharge that knocked out navigation. She crashed outside Roswell.
Dude, that's a crash.
Matilda asked how she survived.
I watched this, I just want to add this in. So I watched this, like, one of those actual history alien guy thing, right? Where they're talking about interviews from the people of Roswell, like, that they supposedly got. They said, like, you could take, like, the metal, put it into your hand, and you could, like, bend it into nothing. Really close to nothing. Like, it was completely malleable. And then when you open up your hand, the shape would, like, return.
That's crazy.
That random fact stuck in my head since I was, like, 9 years old.
The crash.
I heard about
Why
that
wasn't
though.
she injured or in
Yeah.
pain?
It's from the, like,
I am
alien
an
episode of History Channel.
ISBE, an immortal spiritual being. An ISBE exists as pure awareness. We can create,
Like I
move,
got-
and perceive across any distance. We only use physical form as a tool.
So bodies are optional. Errol's people put one on for a mission, then took it off when the job was done. The gray body sitting in that chair at Roswell was just a vehicle. Errol explained that every conscious being in the universe is an immortal spiritual being, even humans.
That's interesting. It could
But
explain,
Matilda
like, the
said
concept of
humans
God.
aren't immortal, and they obviously can't project their consciousness anywhere
Yeah.
in the universe.
You can, and you have for many years, but not since you were sent here.
That's when Errol explained the truth about Earth. It wasn't a planet. It was a prison.
Prison. This makes perfect sense,
Errol
right?
said all
They gotta
humans
put us
are
where we belong.
ISBEs, and we're traveling the universe as pure consciousness for thousands or even millions of years. We even have memories of our infinite lives, but we're cut off from our abilities because Earth is a prison. The Old Empire built the prison around 8000 BC and started filling it. Political dissidents, artists, freethinkers, anyone the regime considered dangerous. The Old Empire called them untouchables. That's us.
They put free thinkers in prison? It sounds like Facebook in 2021.
It does.
Or Canada today.
Okay,
Yeah, England.
I got it. Billions of us
A little
dumped on a
political
backwater
jab
planet
there,
at
you
the
know
edge
what?
of the
I
galaxy,
respect it.
placed into
respect
fragile
it.
bodies that suffer,
Bro,
age, and
speak
die.
your shit.
Death should set the spirit free, but a shield around the solar system prevents escape.
Oh,
If Earth
interesting.
was the prison, the shield was the fence. Errol described each step the way an engineer describes a machine. When a person dies, the shield detects the spirit and pulls it into a processing station. There, memories are wiped, not just of the last life, of every previous life. Gone. Then the Old Empire runs a second program, hypnotic implants. They project
Okay.
images directly into the spirit's awareness, a tunnel of light, Dead loved ones, spiritual guides. That's why all near-death experiences sound the same across cultures. It's in the programming. None of it's real. It's a recycling system.
You know what's crazy is that as far as science is concerned, there's more evidence that we live in a simulation than there is of God. Not saying there's no God, okay? You really not saying. All I'm saying is that I read these studies about it, and it's like the fact that we could be living in a simulation, very true.
So, do you think uh there's some sort of higher being that is simulating us?
Yeah, that's the theory, right? I don't think this, by the way, but that's the theory. That's the theory.
Hmm.
It's super interesting. It's an
I've definitely
interesting.
run into those moments where it's like I've entered there's a glitch in the matrix or whatever.
Yeah, I woke up one day and saw the wrong house.
Yeah.
Like I knew where I was supposed to be, but my brain was like, I don't know, projecting the wrong image. Scary. I was terrified. But anyway, I just want to throw it out there, man. When I have these fun facts, I gotta throw them out.
Disguised as
This
an
is so
afterlife.
good, dude.
Then memories are implanted, creation stories and moral codes designed to trigger guilt and obedience. Once the spirit is wiped and reprogrammed, it's sent back to Earth in a new infant body. Die, forget, return. This was control that
It's pretty
spanned
dope,
across
too.
lifetimes.
Control across lifetimes. Well, it sounds like my ex-wife's wet dream.
Which ex-wife?
Oh, treat them. Perpetuity is their love
Look
language.
at the little alien over there.
Every religion, every war, every system of power, all part of the prison design. Even rapid biological aging is a containment tool. The domain conquered the old empire thousands of years ago, but the Earth prison operates on its own. Its systems are still active. But Errol said there is a way out. You have to do the one thing the entire prison is built to prevent. You have to remember.
Okay. All right. How will you remember? I mean, let's say it's hypothetically possible, dude. I'd love to remember and to become some energy being.
So there's
Errol
this
said the real history behind the
there's this video that this guy talking, and he helps you through this meditation thing where you can find your past life. I did that out of curiosity. I don't know if I actually believe this, but I did that out of curiosity, and I was like a Indian girl in a small village.
Did it work?
Um, well, yeah, I was and then I died. I was a little girl. I was like 11.
Damn it, dude.
I
I
don't know
want to do
how I
that.
died.
I want to do that video now.
It's interesting. I need to find it for you and send it to you.
Yeah, we should do it together and see what happens. Dope.
prison, the planet, everything was much more complicated than we thought. We were
All
part
right.
of an intergalactic space opera and didn't know it. Biological life on Earth wasn't natural, none of it. Every species on the planet was designed, manufactured, and shipped here by galactic corporations billions of years ago. One company, and Errol used this name, was called Bugs and Blossoms. They made insects and flowers. Another company built the larger animals. And these weren't science experiments or research, they were products. Even predator-prey relationships were a marketing scheme. If your company sold
Marketing
gazelles,
scheme.
you also sold lions. More species sold, more profit. Sexual reproduction was a cost-cutting measure. Instead of constantly replacing organisms when they died, you just let them replace themselves.
That's
And Earth's
crazy.
greatest minds weren't homegrown either. They were reincarnated ISBs. Their genius was bleed through from their previous lives as some of the finest officers in the domain. Leonardo da Vinci sketched flying machines and submarines 400 years before anyone could build them.
He did.
Mozart composed complete symphonies as a child. Nikola Tesla built machines the rest of the world wouldn't understand for decades. Errol said they
Wi-Fi
weren't
and stuff.
inventing, they were remembering.
Justice for Salieri.
What?
Yeah, Amadeus.
Oh, right. F. Murray Abraham was great in that.
Yeah, but his name is unfortunate. It just sounds like someone is mad at Murray Abraham.
Thousands of domain officers had been captured
That's
and
pretty
dumped on
true.
Earth over the centuries. Trained pilots, engineers, specialists. Errol called them the Lost Battalion.
You know what I'm gonna say? is
Mm.
I've had experiences in my life where I could like buy into this. One of them was the first time I flew a plane, it felt right.
Hmm.
Like I don't know how to describe that. Like it felt like something I was like made to do. Like it was less like I was learning how to fly and more like I was remembering.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I landed it too.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean the instructor like guided me through it, but the whole time it was like I was remembering how to land a plane and not like I was landing a plane because he was telling me. It was like the inputs
That
felt right, everything felt right.
hmm.
It's always creeped me out,
That
like right, because I'm like why does this? It feels so natural, bro. It's like when you haven't played a video game for a long time, right? And then you play again, and you're like, oh, you're a little rusty, but all your movement, your muscle memory's still there, like that.
going back to the simulation conversation we had earlier,
Yeah.
uh, I think one thing that could prove that we live in a simulation is like when you're scrolling through like advertisements like on Facebook or TikTok or whatever, and you don't ever say it out loud. You think in your head, and then it just a post or something pops up, and you never said a word to anybody about it, and it just
Yeah.
pops up.
Yeah. It just pops up, and you're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
That's
How do you
how
know what I'm thinking?
that's how I think that the simulation thing could be real, but at the same time, why would everybody be in a simulation?
Yeah, that's the question, right? I mean, in prison, kind of.
Matilda
That's an
felt a
answer,
sudden
I
wave of
guess.
emotion guilt,
Yeah.
anger, resentment, emotions she couldn't explain. Errol sensed this and placed a gentle thought in Matilda's mind.
The feelings you are having are understandable. This is because you know I am telling you the truth. You know this because you lived it.
You remember it.
According to Errol, one of the trapped officers of the Lost Battalion was the nurse sitting across the table.
How serendipitous is that?
8,000 years ago,
Like, you
the
know
old
it 'cause you
empire was
believe it.
gone, but the prison system in our solar system was still running autonomously. The domain deployed a specialized battalion to shut it down. 3,000 officers and engineers built a base high in the Himalayas. The mountains kept them out of sight. Their mission was not to interfere with humans, their mission was to free them. They spent months mapping the
The
solar
lizardmen
system.
helped
They
with the
identified the
pyramids.
processing stations, scanning equipment, and old Empire technology that was hidden for years. The officers finally had a plan to take the system down. Then they were detected. The automated defenses didn't see them as citizens of the domain, they were seen as escaped inmates. All 3,000 were captured and processed. They were wiped, reprogrammed, then loaded into human bodies. The officers were sent into the general population. The domain called them the Lost Battalion, and they are still here walking among us with no idea who they really are. Matilda was one of the captured officers. Her ability to communicate telepathically wasn't just random talent. It was training that bled through the amnesia.
Training that bled through. So she's like Jason Bourne. But instead of karate, she got vibes.
Telepathy.
You got vibe.
Potato.
Her instinct to approach the alien with compassion, her sense of something familiar, her knowledge that Errol wasn't a threat, these were echoes of her former life. The domain searched for the Lost Battalion for thousands of years, using equipment to detect spiritual energy. But centuries of reincarnation scattered that energy across billions of lifetimes. Identification was almost impossible. Matilda was the breakthrough. Through her contact with Errol, she started recovering memories of her original identity. She saw images of spacecraft. She understood technology she couldn't explain in English. She recognized the techniques the prison used to keep her asleep. For the first time in 8,000 years, a captured domain officer knew who she really was. But that created a problem, because now the military knew it too.
Now the military. So wait, she found this out and then told the military? Yeah, I don't think I would. Why would she do that?
Right.
Right? Because I'd be afraid that the military is gonna put me where that alien was. Like, yo, sit in this chair. We're gonna question you for years.
Right?
Over
Maybe
6
that's the rest
weeks,
of her
Matilda
story.
and Errol rebuilt something the prison had destroyed 8,000 years ago, a connection between two domain officers. But Errol shared knowledge that put them both at risk. The military recorded every word Matilda said, but what they couldn't record was the telepathy itself, the communication that happened before Matilda spoke out loud. The stenographer got what Matilda chose to share. The rest was invisible. That arrangement worked as long as the military trusted Matilda. Eventually, that trust ran out.
Yeah.
On August 12th, they separated Matilda from Errol. They wanted the alien on their own terms. No nurse, no telepathy. But Errol wouldn't cooperate, so the military decided to use force. Matilda watched from behind the glass partition. They brought in electroshock equipment and attached probes.
Imagine, see, this is where the story's a little unbelievable because imagine you're just like this military nurse, right? And they're like, yeah, we're going to torture this thing because it won't talk to us. And you have to watch. But maybe they're hoping that the alien will like speak through here anyway. You know, and she'll be like,
Yeah.
please stop. It's telling me stuff.
To Errol's head. They started low. When she didn't respond, they increased the current. Electroshock. The military thought they were innovating. It was the same tool the old empire used to wipe memories. Errol didn't resist, didn't react. She looked at Matilda one last time through the glass, and then she was gone. 1 second, awareness behind those large eyes, and the next, nothing. Just
Bye.
a lifeless gray doll on a table. The military spent hours trying to bring her back, but nothing worked. And Matilda knew nothing would. She wasn't sad that Errol was gone. She was relieved. And the military noticed. Whatever
dude,
Errol
that's
shared
interesting
with
as
Matilda
hell.
during those 6 weeks, whether it was written down or not, could never be revealed.
Yep.
She was forced to sign documents swearing absolute secrecy. If she ever spoke a word, she'd be convicted of treason and put to death. So she signed.
1947. The government covers up Roswell. They silence a telepathic nurse. Jackie Robinson breaks the color barrier. Big year for Black Ops. What?
Eventually, Matilda returned to civilian life.
Love these
Over the
things.
years, she had brief telepathic contact with Errol. She was able to piece together memories of her old life as a domain officer. She understood the technology and the techniques the prison used to keep us trapped. She knew how to help, but time was running out. She was 83. Her body was failing. Soon she would die and lose her knowledge of the domain and the old empire. She would lose her ability to break the cycle. By 2007, she was out of time.
Wow.
The package she sent to Lawrence Spencer was a desperate and final attempt.
I'll be recycled through the amnesia process and stuck back into another baby body to start all over again, without any memory of what went before. These documents must be published.
In 2008, Spencer released the transcripts as Alien Interview. It became one of the most famous alien contact cases in UFO history. But Matilda didn't live long enough to see it. She died before the book was released. The system that imprisoned her for thousands of years had pulled her back in, wiped, reprogrammed, and sent back to Earth. So there's someone out there right now who has Matilda's memories and the knowledge of thousands of lifetimes. She would be about 17 or 18 years old. She might be working a summer job, studying for finals, stressing about college. Most nights she scrolls through her phone, watching videos, texting with friends. But on those rare quiet nights, I bet she has a strange feeling that she's part of something bigger, that she's important, that she has a purpose that she can't explain. She has no idea that somewhere buried deep in her consciousness, underneath the homework and the drama and the phone that never stops,
Wow.
she has the knowledge to save the world.
That's super interesting. That is so interesting.
It really is.
Like, what a theory. I love conspiracy
Alien
theories. This
Interview
is
was a hit.
fantastic.
People couldn't put it down. Some said the book didn't feel
wanna-
like reading, it felt like remembering.
I want to read
People
that
wanted
now.
to know more about Matilda. What was her life like after Roswell? Does she have children or grandchildren? And the question everyone asked, who is Matilda now? In what body? Where? And if they could find her, they could help her remember. If they worked together, maybe we could finally be free of the prison.
Yeah, maybe she'd read that book
The
and
first thing
remember.
they looked for was her service record. It didn't exist. The military had no record of Matilda O'Donnell McElroy. But according to the book, she changed her name and was put into witness protection. She couldn't be tracked by name. But maybe there were clues in the transcripts. And there were. But there were
Okay, that's
also
dope.
small problems. The transcript used words like computer and database in 1947. Those terms weren't common until the 1960s. The date stamps used European formatting, day first, then month, instead of American military style. An Army nurse writing classified reports wouldn't format dates this way. But Spencer said he edited some of the material for clarity, but didn't change the content, so it's possible his additions included some modern language. Then a reader caught something in Chapter 11. In an interview dated July 9th, 1947, Errol mentioned Jonas Salk as an example of great human genius. Salk was alive in 1947, but he wasn't that well known. He was just a medical researcher. He didn't become famous until 1955 when he developed the polio vaccine. But maybe Errol had a different concept of time. She was pure consciousness who could travel anywhere in the universe. Maybe she could move through time too. Most people were satisfied with these explanations, but some weren't. The real problems began when researchers cross-referenced Errol's claims against other books. All the evidence was pointing in the same direction. Lawrence Spencer made the whole thing up.
Yeah, that's
But
what
the
it
truth
sounds like.
is, he didn't.
No way. No way. Dude, I was thinking he was making this up this whole time. Megan, what were you thinking the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were both thinking like made up bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't. Okay, you know what? I'm down to clown. All right, bring it, bring it on, bring it on. I want to see. I know.
I want to read that book.
I want to read that book too. I want to read it so bad, especially if it's true.
Readers were outraged. Was the book fact or fiction? Did
Yeah.
Errol exist?
Yeah.
Was Matilda a real person? Well, Spencer said Matilda was real. He even spoke to her on the phone for 20 minutes.
Now,
She
what do you
died a
guys
few
think?
months later. Now, that seemed too convenient. Skeptics wanted to see the documents Matilda sent, but Spencer destroyed them. The transcripts, the letters.
Dude, I mean, I know that's what they would do, but it always feels like such a cop out, right? Where it's like he destroyed them, he burnt them on fire. I'm like, how the hell are you supposed to prove it then?
I would have kept them.
Yeah, dude, I would have kept him too. I would have like locked him in a safe, put him under a floor or something.
All of it.
I burned all the original documents. I don't want to spend the rest of my life being hounded by UFO researchers or government agents.
He destroyed the evidence. That's not what an innocent man does.
Yep.
That's what a Clinton does.
Whoa!
That was great. Megan, tell me you heard that.
Yeah, I did.
That was great, dude.
What is our rule?
We don't joke about the Clintons.
Right.
He
Yeah.
also smashed his computer with a hammer.
That's enough.
Sorry.
Sorry, you don't want to. You don't want to kill yourself by
So
getting
the
shot in the
witness was
back of the head
dead,
4
and
times.
the only physical evidence was destroyed. Spencer was now in full defensive mode. He went on radio shows and said the interview really happened. He corrected anyone who said he wrote the book. He was only the editor. He just published what Matilda sent him. But to put any final doubts to rest, Spencer wrote a sequel. The book Domain Expeditionary Force Rescue Mission came out in 2011. It was labeled as science fiction. This time, Matilda is rescued from the prison planet and back on active duty with the Domain. Same characters, same mythology. Immortal spiritual beings trapped in physical bodies, given amnesia
read
and
this book,
recycled
too.
into new lives. Now, these were common sci-fi tropes. So were implants, mind control, memory wipes.
Yeah, dude.
These details caught the attention of Bill Ryan, who went through Alien Interview line by line. Ryan was a UFO researcher and the founder of Project Avalon. The more Ryan studied Alien Interview, the more familiar it sounded. Doll bodies, implant stations between lives, the
Yeah.
galactic war between rival civilizations,
All right,
the
let's
prison
hear it.
planet, religions designed as alien control tools, all described as a space opera. These concepts weren't unique.
Space opera.
They were stolen, in some cases word for word. And Bill Ryan knew exactly where they came from.
Oh, dude, I'm so
The
curious.
Church of Scientology.
What?
No, how? How did they get in on this? That's, I expected a ton of other things, but not that.
Why is there's like conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory in this video?
Dude, I know. Lizard men, fucking fake book, real book, aliens, little green men, and now it's a Scientologist.
Spencer's book thanked Wikipedia in the acknowledgments. He said the material relied heavily on its page about Roswell. Thanking Wikipedia is not a good sign. And in 2000, he sent an email to Graham Hancock where he admitted he'd been a Scientologist for 31 years. He said a good deal of his earlier book applied the principles of L. Ron Hubbard. Now, he was talking about the Oz factors, but that tells the whole story. Spencer spent most of his life as a Scientologist. His first book applied Hubbard's principles through the lens of The Wizard of Oz.
First
His
life
second
was
book
a
applied the same principles through the lens of Roswell. And
Great.
remember, his first book, The Oz Factors, was the book Matilda read. It was the reason she chose Spencer as the one person who might take her seriously.
Yeah.
The origin story of the entire case traced back to a book based on Scientology.
Yeah, so the whole thing is a conspiracy based on a religion, based on a sci-fi writer, huh? This is like an L. Ron Hubbard turducken.
I don't
Where's
see.
Sherry?
You're ducking, huh?
But
I
choosing
love the
Roswell for his
hecklefish.
next book
Dude, me
was a
too,
good
man.
idea.
My favorite
The
part of this
UFO
channel.
community spent decades collecting real testimony from real people who were actually at Roswell.
Yeah.
Military officers, intelligence agents, morticians, nurses, people who came forward at the end of their lives with nothing.
Yeah, those are the interviews I was talking about, the ones I watched when I was young. There's all those interviews
Yeah.
where they tracked down people from Roswell, military people that were actually there, and they asked them all these
To
questions.
gain and plenty to lose. Those witnesses exist.
And now
Their
now
stories
we know
overlap in
aliens are
ways
real.
that
The
are hard
government's
to
come out and
dismiss.
confirmed it like 22
Spencer
times.
used that real mystery as his foundation. He built fiction on top of facts.
Life's so hard
That
right now. I'm
makes
like,
it
yeah,
feel
fuck it, who
real
cares
and
about aliens?
grounded. And look, millions of people love this book. The reviews are amazing. People describe reading it in one sitting. More than a few said the story matched their memories. One person called it the most important book ever written. These
That's-
people felt something.
That's a lot to
The
say.
source material was fake, but the emotion was real. The prison planet idea does something most explanations of life don't do. It tells you your suffering has a cause. Your limitations are artificial. You're not a random biological
Oh,
accident on an
interesting.
unremarkable rock. You're an immortal being with suppressed power, trapped by forces beyond your control. And someday, if enough people wake up, the prison walls come down.
You know what? I can see how that gives certain types of people comfort. You can just
Yeah.
remember, right? You can escape, and then you're gonna live existence as like a peaceful energy being.
That sounds nice, actually.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds pleasant. Sounds pleasant.
It's a beautiful idea, but it's made up. But
Yeah.
maybe that's the real lesson. Not that we got fooled, but that we were so ready to be. Spencer succeeded because people want a reason for why life is so hard.
People want to be fooled.
A guy
you
who
know?
lost his
That's why
wife
we
to
read
cancer
stories.
reads this book and thinks maybe she's still out there somewhere, trapped in the cycle, just waiting to remember. A kid who never fit in thinks maybe she's something more than what the world tells her she is. That's not gullibility, that's hope. And maybe that's enough. We all know how this ends. Nobody gets out alive. And knowing that can feel like a curse. But it also means that every day you get is important. So don't waste time looking for a prison to blame or a
Dude,
cycle to break.
I completely
Focus
agree.
on joy
Completely
right
agree
now.
with this guy.
If you treat every day like it's your last, knowing you're going to
Yeah.
die isn't a curse. It's a gift. So treat it like one.
Yeah, because you've made it through one more, right? You got another one.
I really like this guy's video.
Dude, me too. Honestly, Y-Files, fantastic. Recommend everybody go check him out. You know.
You should subscribe to him if you haven't already.
Oh yeah, I've subscribed to this guy. I subscribed to this guy a while ago.
Oh,
And
really? I've never seen him before.
really, I thought we watched a video of his together.
Maybe we did, but I don't recognize his face.
Yeah, I don't remember. He has aged a bit. You know, this is from like a month ago. But man, what a phenomenal video. You know, really glad that I got to watch it with you. I didn't
That's
know what
really
to
good.
expect with the title, but that was just as good as I thought it was gonna. And with that,
And like the crazy thing is if like even a quarter of that's true, like it doesn't matter what's true about it, but if any of that's true, then that's just mind blowing.
yeah, 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 and it's like, is any of it true? Probably not, but like a beautiful idea. It's a peaceful idea. It does sound nice to have like a in your life. But with that,
I think
man,
aliens are just aliens and they just want to live life.
yeah, maybe. Well, with that, guys, what do you think? Think we're like mortal souls searching for something out there, or do you think something else? Like, leave a comment. Let us know. Be pretty fucking
I,
interesting to see how many people, right? Uh, think stuff like that. They think aliens are real or whatever. And
I think we just turn into a pile of foam
yeah, we just turn
and
into a
then the
pile of foam.
aliens are immortal.
We just turn into like what do you call it? We just turn into uh shit. Like the origin of the Little Mermaid. Right? The origin of the
Yeah,
Little
that's
Mermaid.
where I was going with that.
Yeah, we just turn into a pile of foam. All right. All right. Well, anyway, see you next time, guys. Thanks so much for watching our videos. Bye bye.
That was a damn good video.